Okay, I'm ready. Just give me the go sign.
That was the go sign.
Hello, Ski! This is D. Davis, very British man, speaking to you for the Y Caliber channel.
No, that's good. Yep.
And we have Y Caliber. We do Dragon Age RPG tonight. Steven Snall GM. No, he's not. It's Jared. I messed it up. Steven Snall is here, though. Hello, introduce yourselves now. Party time.
Yes, I'm here. Hello, I'm Steven Siddall. I'm not GMing though.
I'm Matt, your guide here on my caliber. I'm also not the GM, and I'm not Russian. I know you're disappointed.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm not Russian, but if I was, my name would be Mikhail, and I play Roland.
It's really not been the same since internet celebrity Drew Davis was revealed to be a Russian spy and expelled from America.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn that
awkward
NSA!
time.
Well, I mean, it was only a matter of time. They found my
Now
World
he's-
of Warcraft account.
Now he's Russian, Shaw Chimp. It's very weird.
I get it.
He's actually roommates with Edward Snowden now. Here he's kind of a
No,
dick.
you can't. You're gonna have to bleep that. If you mention Snowden, your video gets removed.
Oh, yeah, that's true. What can you do, though? I'm willing to take that risk.
I
For
said
once, for once, it's not code that we have to.
if you rewind, you'll see that I clearly said Snow Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Just making it worse.
Bedward Snowben. The newest
I really
in
hope
With
the,
that revelation, I'm gonna have to completely change the plot.
it's the newest in sleep technology.
I like it. Oh yeah, and I'm smug. I do the
You
dwarf
really
voice, and
He's not going to do
Farrell's
it now,
over
though.
there.
Hello,
Yeah, Farrell apparently is not introducing himself.
I am Farrell. I
Jared,
play
I'm-
Kenneth, and I shoot
Oh.
people
Yeah.
in the face.
Yeah,
Fine, just talk
and
right over
Jared's
me.
our GM,
I will,
and I'm
that's
gonna
right,
talk
yeah.
over him.
Yeah,
wanna
everyone
go?
just talks right over me. It's very sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk
it's-
over him.
It's okay though because I make myself feel better by doing awful things to their characters.
You've already had me get eaten by a bear. I don't know how much worse we can get than having
Two
Tibbers
bears.
chew on my leg.
Well, I'll give you a sneak peek. We're gonna run into a certain bard inside of Orzammar.
No, you're really not.
Yes, we are.
A certain bard. What was his name again?
no
is it-
bards whatsoever.
Is it Gene Simmons?
William
You get-
Shakespeare?
They
Just gonna-
have similar hair.
Just gonna tell us about how shitty Ace Frehley and Peter Criss were? It's gonna be great.
I actually have no idea what M. Night Shyamalan looks like.
Are you serious?
It's
No,
basically
I
he
have no
basically looks
idea.
like Gene Simmons.
Well,
Yeah,
I was really
like,
picturing
it's
like an
really
Indian
one-to-one.
guy.
It's
not
kinda
Indian?
eerie.
No, he's pretty Indian. He's an Indian guy.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm
just
not
like
gonna
Gene
look
Simmons.
it up.
Gene Simmons is really a guy.
All right.
That's racist.
So anyway,
Let's
I
let
don't
the
see
viewers
color or
decide.
nationality.
Who would make a better twist movie? M. Night Shyamalan or Gene Simmons? Let us know in the comments below.
you guys have been traveling for the past 6 weeks in order to reach Orzammar, because those of you who aren't Hegram are in the process of dying very slowly.
It's the AIDS.
And your only chance of survival is to succeed in this mission and become Grey Wardens.
Crap, I'd forgotten about that. Now I'm down.
Arguably, we all shouldn't have slept with that hooker.
Well, to be fair, he did make a very compelling argument.
So you guys climbed the mountains, up into the passes of the Frostbacks. You had an unfortunate encounter with a bunch of our raiders,
It's true.
in which some of you nearly fell off. Well, one of you nearly fell off the ice bridge.
All my hit points nearly
Funny
fell
story,
off.
that. That was also a funny story.
And at long last, you guys have arrived outside Orzammar.
At this point, we've all got a glorious 6 weeks of growth upon our faces, especially Kenneth.
Especially Kenneth.
It's not like 5 o'clock shadow either. It's like cancerous tumors because we're turning into darkspawn.
Ugh.
Can't really tell the
I just meant
difference,
beard.
Ufamic.
Fake beard with an elastic band on the back, like really obviously. But no, Mike just had to go straight for the darkspawn cancer.
I just
So
want
by the time
tumors
you guys
everywhere.
reach-
I'm Mike.
The time you guys reach Orzammar,
Damn.
Excuse me, I sound way more douche-tastic than that.
it's by the time you guys reach Orzammar, it's almost dark out. This high up in the mountains, the air is a little bit thin. It's really cold. It's snowing. Aresta has been just pointing out exactly what's been happening constantly for the past 6 weeks. He has no idea what a crab is. He's never seen one in his entire life.
So really, he's just been like self-narrating the entire time.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're going to find out at the end of this adventure that he's actually telling the story to his grandchildren.
Damn, this is
Aw.
some Mass Effect ending now.
It's touching. That's be touching.
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, and then
Oh.
I died!
Story's actually been on
Wait,
for
no,
9
that
years.
didn't happen.
Yeah, so you guys are in the large market that sits outside of the gates of Orzammar. It's populated almost entirely by surface dwarves, who are dwarves who, for whatever reason, have chosen to leave Orzammar and thus can never come back.
Chosen is a strong word in some cases, I imagine.
Yeah, in some cases it's not so much by choice.
Yeah, well, somebody chose.
Yeah, pretty much. But the thing is that they also serve as a vital connection between Orzammar and the rest of the world. Generally speaking, when traders come up to Orzammar for dwarven goods, they deal with surface dwarves as middlemen, rather than actually going into Orzammar.
Mm-hmm.
So there's trade going on now. There's people from other parts of Ferelden and even outside of Ferelden at the market, even though it's getting dark now. They're sort of winding down for the day, but there's still a bustle.
Is there a
There's
hustle?
bustle,
No, there's no hustle, just bustle.
Okay.
but
So it's definitely winding
Aresta
down.
looks a little nervous.
He always does, though. Nobody notices.
No, he doesn't really. Generally, he just seems kind of obliviously just going on with things.
Aresta, did you splash your face with snow again? Or is that sweat?
No, that's me rabies.
Oh, okay. Just the rabies then. No problem.
We've all got it.
I'd heard dwarfs were rabid.
You gonna have any trouble getting in past these guards here?
Oh no, they know me.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hagram, didn't you have some sort of, right or whatever that would let us get in? Like a letter, seal?
Yeah, I probably do. I mean,
I believe you mean a writ.
That's the one.
So as you guys are walking towards the gates, you hear a voice cry out, "I can see it!"
I can see it in your eyes.
And this old dwarven man who looks incredibly haggard, and he has a strange tattoo on his cheek that none of you except for maybe Aresta recognize. Aresta, make me a cunning check. Cultural lore, if you've got the focus.
Of course I don't.
You recognize it anyway. He's casteless. He's a duster from the very bottom of dwarven society.
he's a dwarven hobo.
Arrested
Pretty sure
pukes
no.
in disdain. Hold me here. I mean me beard.
The darkness!
Well, I'm not going to touch
The
you.
apparently crazed man says, pointing at all of you.
Roland just looks like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
What?
That dwarf crazy.
It's clinging to all of you. I can see it.
Well, it is getting late. Maybe that's what you're seeing.
Perception, seeing from everybody except for Hegram, who can make a sense darkspawn if he has the focus.
Oh, well,
I hope we sense ourselves.
I'll make a perception.
Clearly, I need to roll a searching check.
No, it's just regular perception seeing.
I know I'm being.
Okay, well, Emek and Kenneth notice, Emek and only Kenneth notice that there's the guy's skin looks like almost translucent, and you can see like black veins in some places in one of his eyes. It looks like it's just gone white with cataracts, but it might be something else.
Ooh.
It looks a little bit familiar. It looks kind of like how you guys started looking after you were tainted.
I see we've got the same moisturizer. Yeah, just kidding. I think this guy maybe has a similar issue to us.
He may.
Oh no, he's just poor.
In poor health, perhaps.
He's just raving at this point about, the dark things coming, how he's pointing at you guys throughout, and everyone is starting to look at you.
Maybe we should get inside.
These ones are the harbingers of it. Just, like that kind of stuff.
It's like laugh, ha ha, good one, Schmorgus. His name is Schmorgus now. Let's get going, everyone. Let's just get right past our old pal Schmorgus, who's playing a practical joke on us. Ha 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 ha. Ho ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
So I guess you guys are heading towards the gates.
Yes.
Ha ha.
Yeah.
The gates loom enormously, as they are wont to do.
I
Okay.
loom back at them, menacingly.
No, not really.
I got a phone call. I'll be back.
And then I just kind of
So Roland
lunged in
turns around
toward
and
my
pulls out his cell
webcam.
phone.
You're breaking my immersion, Mike.
Gosh, Mike.
I can't play anymore.
Well, join us next week. All right,
Very
let's.
special blossom.
Hey. All right, the gates of Orzammar. Are these guards trying to stop us?
At the moment, the the guards are just kind of standing there. They look kind of bored.
Yeah, well, stroll on up and be
Yeah.
all cool.
Oh no, let's just walk in.
Look like
The
we're
gates
supposed
are
to be
actually
there.
open.
Yeah.
Then let us attempt to enter.
Sure,
Bye.
just act natural. Act natural.
The guards don't
Yeah.
stop you. Actually,
Just fly casual.
they look.
There we
they,
go.
They look up. They kind of like.
Evening,
you can
evening,
see them
gents.
kind of doing the math in their heads, like elf, whatever the hell Niram is, because they don't recognize a Kunari.
Go, man.
Elf,
There
Ronso.
is a dwarf. They're not sure what to make of him. But when they see Hegram, one of them just kind of shrugs, and the other one nods to him, actually very respectfully.
Nice. Nice. Stick with me, kids. You'll get some sweet Grey Warden perks, like not getting killed all the time, going in cities.
They recognize the uniform.
The ruffled collar of the Grey Wardens.
Well, he's altered his somewhat.
Great. Well, good job, Hegram.
It gets cold in the tower circle tower.
Oh, yeah, I know all about the cold in the Circle Tower. You don't have to tell me about that.
Good. Because I'm not going to.
Good. Yeah, you don't need to.
I refuse.
It's fine. I would refuse to listen if you did.
So as you guys head into Orzammar, past the front gates is the Hall of the Ancestors, where there's statues of the various paragons.
Wow. Look at how
There's a
angular
statue.
those
You have
statues
no
are.
idea what any of them are.
There's a statue of Oresta up there also.
There really isn't.
He's amazing.
You do get to click on them and you know, get the codexes and stuff, I guess.
God. Do we level up?
No.
Can I historic lore at these statues? See if
Yeah.
any of these dwarves are super famous? I will do that.
You would probably know of at least some of them anyway, but because you are a history nerd.
I'll do that, and I'll get a 13, and I'll be like, oh yeah.
You recognize a few, like you recognize one of Caradin, who is widely considered to be the greatest smith who ever lived.
I'm going to mistakenly tell everyone his origin story as if it was David Carradine.
Okay. The weird part is, yeah, the part about the autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, that's a weird ending.
Well, he
was
is
supposed to be a
dwarf,
happy
so
I'm sure to him it was.
I guess I get it. I get it.
There's a few that you really don't recognize because they're actually just too new.
Stupid new famous dwarves making me look bad.
And then once you guys get past the Amek recognizes the dwarven paragon somehow better than Oresta does. It's very strange.
It's my lore talent.
So yeah, you guys, once you continue on in past there, you actually eventually reach Orzammar proper, which now you would think, okay, well, dwarves, I mean, they're smaller of stature than humans, they don't need a lot of space, but they really like everything to be sort of grandiose. So everything's really big and open, even though you're inside a mountain.
Wow.
So
It's really
it's hard to
impressive in
forget,
here.
though, that there is, you know, millions of tons of rock right above you, just waiting to fall at any moment.
It was a little oppressive, Oresta. Did you grow up here?
Another
Where
thing you
else
notice,
would I have grown up?
another
don't
thing you
know.
notice once you get inside the mountain is that it warms up almost immediately. Like
Ooh.
compared to the wintry weather outside, it gets quite warm. Nice
Oh,
and toasty.
thank goodness.
That's because of the lava.
Thank goodness
Oh,
for
Because convection just really doesn't exist.
thank goodness for whatever that orange goo is.
And it gives everything inside of Orzammar there's kind of a reddish glow, so there's almost perpetual light, but it's sort of a dimmer reddish light than you would get out on the surface. And one thing you also notice immediately is that everyone here except for you guys is dwarves.
Well, I would hope so.
Everyone.
Do they all start pointing at Nero and start shouting Gojira, Gojira?
They don't. There's dwarf kids, you know, old dwarves, young dwarves, fat dwarves, skinny dwarves.
Dwarves who climb on rocks.
Yes.
Some the size of your head.
Even dwarves with chicken pox.
Ah, delightful. I now know where to get a good hot dog.
And then the second thing you notice is that there's a fight happening.
Oh
That is
boy,
delightful.
there's a fight going on.
Who's
Most
winning?
people don't seem to be. What?
I said who's winning.
That's,
The rest is.
that's how you get rid
Um,
of chicken pox. You take a bath in oatmeal.
You don't want used oatmeal though.
Clearly, Oresta does.
It's a niche market.
Yeah,
You can get it on Orzammar.
There's a fight between two groups of dwarves. They're not wearing armor or anything, though you do see plenty of like dwarves who are heavily armed and armored around. And nobody seems to be trying to breaking up. Nobody seems to be trying to break up the fight. They're just kind of letting it happen, or watching, or in some cases betting on it.
Oh dear. Well, I guess Amic will, as his concerned great-great-grandfatherly ways, will stroll over and say, "Well, hey, what's going on here? What's all this ruckus about?"
They're fighting.
I can see that, Arista.
It's
Well,
what
none of the
we
actual
do.
combatants bother to pay any attention to you because they're, fighting each other. There's no knives out yet or anything like that. It's just pretty much a fist fight.
Maybe I can
User
persuade them.
disconnected from your channel.
So one of the...
There goes internet celebrity D. Davis.
Oh, man. He's telling us to carry on, though.
User entered your channel.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh.
Maybe.
So one of the dwarven bystanders turns over to look at you, and then looks up because, you're almost twice his height.
Yeah, he's staring at my crotch at first, which is, whatever.
Eh.
It's warm again, so I don't mind.
The warm stare of his into my crotch
Wow.
makes me feel even warmer.
Outsider. It's just a couple of houses settling a matter of honor.
Honor, eh?
Just Smith cast. They're nothing. Nope. Likely won't be any bloodshed.
Damn, I would have placed bets.
They're still fighting. Bit away.
Niram frowns and says, "We don't have time to dabble in these dwarves' affairs. We have a mission."
Oh no, we got time. You want some oatmeal?
Ikram starts to like Niram super much. He's like, yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Well, you
This
never
guy
know
is good.
what advantage you can get by speaking to everyone you see. Anything could happen.
That's true.
We could also run out of time and die.
You could.
That's
You
also
could.
true.
We've still got a few weeks at least.
So are you asking the dwarf anything, or are you just gonna...
I'm gonna ask him, what's going on with these two houses? Is this some issue that encompasses all of Orzammar?
Yeah, what families are fighting?
Well, the dwarf's like, when we asked if anything that's enveloping all of Orzammar, it's just a couple of Smith houses. No, it's House Delac and House Crusher. They just never get along.
Crack
Can't
Crusher.
imagine why.
Eh?
Yeah.
Amic turns and waggles his eyebrows at Aresta.
Kenneth just looked because, by God, she's never going to waggle eyebrows at him.
Anything you might know about this,
Well,
Oresta?
that's me sister in there fighting.
Actually, it's not.
All dwarven women look the same
It's
to
a
him now that
one-way
he's been on the
street
surface.
narrative.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mistook her beard. But yeah,
No,
Arrested
there's a couple
just...
minor members, you don't recognize them. They're probably like really distant cousins.
Damn. Probably all inbred too.
Probably a little bit.
They're the Opoils.
The O Crack Crushers.
I love it.
So what are they?
Orestes is just kind of standing there, spooning the oatmeal into his mouth. He doesn't seem too engaged.
You know what they're fighting about, or are they just bad blood? Amic winks at the camera as he says bad blood.
Oh.
Those two houses have been rivals for centuries, the dwarf says.
Oh.
Every once in a while, tensions boil out like this. Usually it's just, little industrial espionage, the usual.
Oh, yes, we know all
It's
about
okay. They'll punch it out.
Well, it seems like that. Then one of the dwarves actually pulls a knife
Gasp.
Now.
Uh-oh.
and stabs one of the members of the other house.
Oh,
Look, gasp
Which
again.
side got
Hey!
stabbed?
It was a crack crusher that got stabbed.
Uh-oh.
The bucket of oatmeal hits the ground. Then again, how does he recognize that? This is like a giant mass of sweaty, naked dwarves.
They're not naked.
They are in
They're
his
wearing
eyes.
clothes.
They're really into it. They're getting naked now. Several are oiling up because it makes it harder to get grabbed.
It's not a wrestling match. It's a street fight.
And it's not
But
the
that doesn't
transporter
stop
either.
Oresta, who's climbing onto the oatmeal stand. And it looks like he's about to jump into the fray.
Arista, whoa, hey,
Arista.
hey! Emic tries to grab at his beard.
Oh, don't touch me there. You don't have that right.
Well, don't dive bomb, fist fighting dwarf.
Well, did you see that? The man got stabbed.
Well, yeah, it was terrible. Doesn't mean you should get
He's-
stabbed.
Well, I won. I'm wearing armor.
You do have a point.
Look, that's me family out there. You gonna break it up?
Well, I guess we should try and pull them apart then.
All
Before
right.
this becomes a full-blown dwarven riot.
What's
Okay.
a riot?
This.
No, this is a honor fight.
Uh,
You're not
okay.
very smart.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, buddy.
So what do you guys want to do? There's about 4 dwarves on each side. One of them now has a knife sticking out of him.
I'm going to
Arrested.
use the power of diplomacy.
Nah,
Okie dokie.
Arrest is not. He is going to jump off of this card.
All right.
Unless someone wants to grab him for realsies.
Nope, Narum is just folding his arms and shaking his head.
Hegram is going to stare at his cuticles, pull on his fingernails, and rub them on his robe.
Well, I tried to grab him, but Amic he's got like crickety old man arms, so
So they are both broken in the attempt
yeah,
and detached. He grows new arms.
yep. That's how mages work.
I have to admit, Kenneth is morbidly curious to see how Aresta would actually do in a fight like this.
Okay. So Arrest is jumping off of the cart into the crowd of people.
That's right. He's just doing like a crossbody splash.
All right.
Like a fat
roll-
bowling ball.
Roll acrobatics. Or just dexterity, if you don't like that. Okay. So Aresta leaps off of this food cart. Some of it is actually oat related. And collides with some of the fighting dwarves. His stature is a bit larger than most of them. Seeing as how he is a trained fighter.
Are you
And most
calling
of
me
these guys
fat?
aren't. A little bit.
That's fair.
So, yeah, he hits them, and just the whole group just kind of is bowled over.
Amic
Oh.
immediately takes this opportunity to try and step in and say, "Friends, friends, friends, let's not fight. Let's use our words to discuss these issues in a more profitable
would have been
manner."
better?
Better would
Would've
be
been-
to
It
roll
would be better if
persuasion.
you like grabbed your staff and slammed it into the ground, and then shouted out something like, "You shall not fight."
I don't think that would have been super impressive. I'm no Gandalf.
Who?
Exactly.
One of the dwarves who isn't directly under Aresta sits up and he just he just starts glaring right at Amek as Amek spoke up. His outlanders should mind their own business. This doesn't concern you.
Arresta voices his agreeance of this and promptly headbutts the person that just spoke.
Okay.
I was going to use my stunt points to flirt, but we'll do that.
You don't even need to roll. So Arresta headbutts the guy who spoke, and the guy, he just folds.
Okay. Now, can I use these stunt points, or did I not succeed at all?
You didn't succeed.
Damn it, I had the perfect use. That's fine. Amek will say, now that's what I call using your head.
The only problem is that Arresta notices after he headbutted the guy unconscious that judging by his clothes, he is from House Crack right now.
Arresta clearly doesn't care.
No, Arresta's just trying to settle things down.
Arresta just wants to fight around the world.
Okay.
Yeah, he is flexing those rarely seen blacksmith muscles of his. His shirt rips tremendously.
He's got the armor on, guess.
Little bits of leather just flying everywhere.
The heavy winter clothes.
It's really impressive if you think about it. It's like 8 layers of clothing.
Yeah, that's amazing, actually.
Turns out he's like completely shredded for a dwarf.
It's too bad he's gonna have to buy new armor now. But Arresta's display actually makes the dwarves start to settle down. Admittedly, half of the Crack Crusher guys are in no position to fight anymore. One of them's unconscious, and the other one is trying to keep himself from bleeding out. The other dwarves from House Black get up and try to book it, unless someone's going to stop them.
Nirim is not.
I've got no interest in dwarf politics.
They're clearly not interested in anything I have to say, so good riddance.
Alright, so they book it. And you're left with one unconscious, one bleeding, and 2 battered dwarves.
Important question, though. They make Zoidberg noises as they leave.
They do shake their fists menacingly, but it's in kind of a we're intimidated but trying to save face kind of way.
Alright. Acceptable.
Arresta does kind of clamber over his fallen cousin and looks like he might go after them.
It should also be noted you guys are really tired.
Yeah, I'm pretty worn out.
To stop him.
Also, we're dying.
Yeah,
Arresta, no, don't. We need you.
Oh, okay. It's a good argument.
What would we do without our native guide?
The guy who got knifed and is, staunching the wound.
Ahmed, can you help me, cousin here?
Oh, sure. Just
Cousin,
hold on.
says one of the dwarves.
Oh yeah, you guys have got the family brow.
They look at Arresta, and one of them they don't seem to recognize him. And then the 2 guys that are up don't at first they don't seem to recognize him. And one of them is just kind of his expression melts into the most perfect, oh shit, look you've ever seen in your entire life.
Amek is duly impressed.
Arresta's just nodding his head.
It's that perfect mix of surprise and soul-crushing disappointment, and just you never something you never expected to have happen, and then it happened, and it's just one of the worst things you can imagine.
Arresta is still nodding his head.
It's like when you crack open an egg.
Chance of success, and then you hit that 1% fail.
Yeah.
But inside the egg, it's still like a baby chicken.
Oh. I've had
It's
that
extra
happen to
protein.
me.
Come on.
That's
And
terrible.
that's why Caliber got real sad.
I
Anyway,
raise hands. Don't do that to me.